had to get me a title to put it to the video. Just want to give y'all a little bit short of a story time. Talk about these client experiences, client improvements, client experience improvements. What does that even mean? What does that mean? So a lot of us go out and we try to sell for our reasons, etc. I've been a student of just being quiet and understanding my client and what they need, a prospect. What are they asking me? What do they really want? Are they trying to dictate what they want based on price solely, or do they want a long-term solution? Because that's something that varies. But before you even get to a point where you talking about price and all the stuff with the job, for instance, I just went to a property, right? And small story. When I went to the property, met with the customer. For one, let me just give you some context to it. Customer called me 1 o'clock today. It was just at 1:13, and he called me. Hey, how you doing? Hey, this is Rob with Lawn Reputation. How could I help you? Hey, we actually just got some trees removed, and we're trying to see if we can have someone come out and install some sod. I was like, okay. Um, how's the what's the current conditions of your property where the trees were removed? Or is it like a bunch of stumps in the ground? Is there grass there? Does it need to be graded? Like, what's the conditions? Well, it's actually it's full sunlight. All the stumps were removed for the most part, from what I can tell. I don't think anything needs to be grinded, but yeah, it's pretty open. All right. So I'm like, cool. I was like, um, what kind of grass do you currently have? What up, A and J? I'm over here just talking about a client experience I just had today, and just dialing into my process a little bit more. Hey, y'all, chill out over there. Um, Dialing into my process a little bit better, but so I go to the I say, hey, it's 1:13 when he called me. I say, hey, I can be there at right around 3 to 4 o'clock. I'm actually in the area doing some estimates as of right now. I can stop by and estimate the property for you if you don't mind, because I'll be able to better give you a price, right? He's like, yeah, that'll be great. That'll be great. So I get to the property, right? We talking. I ain't said nothing about the job. As soon as I pull up, I can see exactly what the house looked like. I can see that the look work that he's calling out. He said it's roughly. He said 9 pallets, right? He says about 9 pallets of work. When somebody say 9 pallets of work, that means he either got other estimates already, or he measured it, or he did some of his due diligence. Anywho, I'm like, he said 9 pallets. I didn't even ask him how he figured that out. So I walk into the backyard. Um, it's open area. It's like the side yard. So overall, we talking the whole time. I'm walking the property. We talking. He's pointing out everything or whatever. But as soon as we open up the back fence, first we shook hands. We walk into the back fence. He like, I say, so where you from, man? You actually from the Charleston area? He's like, nah, man, I'm actually from Jacksonville. I was like, oh yeah, I'm from Fort Myers, man. Small world. He's like, what? He said, I love Fort Myers, man. I love Fort Myers. He said, I'll definitely move back to Florida. I would definitely go back to Fort Myers or possibly Orlando somewhere. I was like, cool. And he was like, he was like, yeah, man, it's really nice down there. He's like, the only reason I moved up here is because BMW. I worked for BMW, and then I moved and work for Mercedes Benz now. But we're talking about so much other stuff that got nothing to do with the job. Nothing to do with the job. He's like, yeah, man, I met my wife, this, that, and the third. All of this conversation is going on while we're walking the property. So that's building rapport. I'm giving him some insight of who I am. He understand, hey, I'm from Fort Myers. My name is Rob. I picked up the phone. I got to the property. All these things are checking off boxes. Okay, I called this guy. He told me when he's going to be here. He got here when he said. He's walking the property. I'm pointing things out. He's actually getting to know me. He's not just trying to sell me on something. Like this stuff that we typically sell, it get pretty costly. 5, 10, 15, $20,000 on average. So it get pretty costly for somebody just to give you that type of money. you better kind of know them in some type of form or fashion. So this conversation that we have and while we walking the property, he telling me he from Jacksonville, he telling me he worked for BMW and he worked for Mercedes Benz. All this stuff is information that I'm learning about him. He got a wife, he got kids. Like he's telling me all these different things, and stuff like that is what compounds on not just a sale, because it's easy to just come in there and just say, okay, this is the measurements and this is that, and get out of the property. No, people buy from people who they know, like, and trust. He don't know me because I'm a stranger. I just pulled up to his property. I shook his hand. Now we talking about Florida. We both got Florida in common. He's 62. He said, I would do it myself, man, but it's just way too much work and it's back breaking. And I'd rather hire a professional, man. But we're building rapport before we even talk about the job. That right there, I got a checklist on this sheet that I take to a client's property, and it has PV, and this is prospect vibe. Nobody don't. If they look at that sheet, they don't know what that reference is. For me, is the person who I'm speaking to on a scale of 1 to 10. How do I feel like they would buy from me? And that dude, I was like, oh, he's definitely a 9. He's 9. He's high energy. He's happy. He's excited. He's happy. Me and him got something in common. He mentioned multiple places about where I'm from. He used to fish in Sanibel and other places in Fort Myers. So he know a lot about my local area. So he feel like we got that in common. But more though to say, he's asking more questions like, hey man, you do irrigation and stuff? I say, yeah, if you need something added on, yeah, we could do that as well as we're on the property or whatever. But all this rapport we're building. So he's like, man, before I left, he shook my hand. He was like, he's like, hey man, so when you actually when I actually called you, for one, you picked up the phone. I was like, wow, it's somebody who actually picked up the phone. It blows my mind. He said, I'm old school, man. And people don't pick up the phone nowadays. It's kind of crazy. He's like, but you picked up the phone. I had you on speaker. Me and my wife was next to each other. He said, and then when you told me you can be here by between 3 and 4, my wife and I looked at each other like somebody's actually going to show up. He actually picked up the phone and he's going to show up on time. He said, right there, you already had me, man. He said, but I'm pretty sure you're going to come in pretty fair. Whatever it is, we're ready to move forward. I'm like, this dude don't even know me. First day I ever talked to him, he found me online. And I told him, hey, I'm a small business owner, man. You might see over 150 Google reviews and stuff like that. And people might think that's a big company, but I'm a small guy. You know what I mean? I just got, I'm a value-based business, not a volume-based business. The quality of our workmanship mean the most. It's like, man, that's the way to be. I say, now, don't get me wrong. When I started out, like you're going to see some bad reviews. When I started out, I had people, when I was doing volume, trying to reach every customer, I was more not focused on the quality. But over time, I've learned to just, pace myself and not take on more than I can handle. He's like, man, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So just having this conversation, once I send this quote, because I told him, and this is the next thing, what is improving the customer service experience. I told him I send the quote out within 24 hours, right? I told him that, but guess what? I've been away from his property for what? Let me look at I got my numbers already. I could have sent it when I was there, but I'm driving and crunching. I got stuff to do. It's almost 7 o'clock. With 7:30, within the next 20 minutes, I'm going to send it out to him. He was expecting that tomorrow. He probably like, oh, just another guy. Yeah, okay, he showed up, blah, blah, blah. Now, is he going to deliver on what he said? Yes, I'm going to send out this quote within 2 hours after visiting your property and talking to you, or 3 hours after visiting your property and talking to you. So people can't make a decision unless they know how much stuff costs. They cannot make a decision unless they know how much it costs. It's so many contractors, and I hear this so many times. People go to a property, estimate it, or walk the property, and they don't hear from that person for a week, 2 weeks. And I'm guilty of it. I was like that at one point when I was volume based. I'm value based now. So I make transformations. This is different type of client I'm looking for. Not somebody who's like, oh, I just want to pay a cheap price and get it. No. They want somebody who's going to focus on the quality of what they're doing versus just trying to chase the next property. So the communication piece is key, especially at the beginning. Picking up the phone, going there on time, estimating it, getting a clear understanding of what they want, and then sending it over in a punctual time because they can't move forward with nobody unless they know how much it costs. So that was a just a little short story of my experience for today. But the books I be reading, it's just very surprising to me that a lot of the things that I'm currently doing and I've been doing for years is stuff that I'm reading about in a book. And it's basically not going in there just trying to sell something. Go in there and listen. Just go and hey, see what this person really needs. And don't try to sell something just because you want to sell it, because I ain't the type of person to sell somebody something that they don't need. No, if you need it, I'll sell it to you, but you got options too. I give everybody options. Like this quote that I'm about to close right now, I got four. I got two that I've closed today, and I got one more that's pending. But this person tried to negotiate on price. I don't negotiate, guys. I'm not a good negotiator. I'm gonna just be honest about that. They like, hey, can we get the price closer down to almost 1,000? This is for my other business. That's like, hey, that's like the best thing I can do is we can take some stuff out now because that's why I itemize my quotes. I itemize my quotes because if you want all of this, you can get it all, and the budget it can be $4, $5, $6,000 to do your house, or you can just get start out with something basic. Do a basic roof line or something. Do the columns. Don't do everything that you see me design because you got a big appetite, but you got, you know what I'm saying, a McDonald's budget. You got a steak appetite with a McDonald's budget. That don't work. I'm going to give you all the options, and if you want to get the price down, just take some stuff off. You don't have to select everything. It's like, hey, is there any way we can use the exact design that you sent and get it close to 1,000? No, that's telling me to devalue my service. I don't do that. Like, it costs what it costs. If I can negotiate it, you get the best price, period, once I put it out there. I don't go back and change no prices. Nothing's going to change unless you say I got 4 neighbors that are ready to book now. And even that don't even work. Like, those neighbors never come. Like, but anywho, yeah, man, I'm just babbling a little bit, man, because these customer experiences is crucial in 2025. What separate the small man from the big guys, bro? You can really dial into your process, your what you're communicating to customers, etc. But today was a good day. I'm gonna say it was a good day. It was a blessing, boy. I got some things that I didn't expect to close that closed today. I was like, whoa. Like this person never did business with me, and boom, $2,000. Never did business with me, another $3,000. Like, what? Okay, this is what I'm talking about, and this is because what the information that I've already have in place, the social proof. They can go look at my portfolio on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and they'll see a lot of the work we do. So I guess that's proof. Like, this is the real deal, Holyfield. And we got a theme with my business. I told you, it's elves Christmas lights, baby. Everybody dressed up as elves. We got the hats, etc. I take that thing serious, man. So we're getting a lot of people that's closing early right now. And this isn't, none of these people who I closed today are previous year clients. These are new clients. And the season is 4 or 5 months away. 4 months away, 3 months away at least. And people are already closing. So that tells me that I need to dial into my marketing right now, because if people are already making decisions on something that is kind of, usually people, is a seasonal thing. People make decisions more so in late October, November, right? That's when everybody's calling. That's the peak of the season for me. But being that they're closing right now, I was like, man, I need to go ahead and start putting some marketing out there, because I've been kind of chilling on the bench, like, I ain't gonna do no marketing right now, whatever, because sometimes it can be wasteful. But for people to be closing right now, it proves to me that, hey, strike when the iron's hot, baby. If they close, and go ahead and start doing your marketing. So I'm about to be doing my organic marketing, putting content out. I'm building on something really big that's gonna, I think it's gonna be twofold of my business this season. I'm trying not to implement too many things new. I'm staying within the same category. I think the branding is very important to attract prospects. So instead of elves Christmas lights, which is primarily just for Christmas, I got something else brewing. I'll let y'all know when it's complete, because I'm already cooking with it, and I already got my whole concept in place. I'm trying to make sure I got everything locked in before, because if I mention it and let's say one of my competitors watch my channel, they can go secure, the social media names or whatever. But I'm dialed in, and I know this is going to take off like a rocket, because proof of concept. I've done this before. This ain't nothing new. I don't take shots that I feel like I ain't gonna make. Yes, I take risks at the beginning, but after a proof of concept, when somebody pay you and you made over 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 in doing one specific thing, proof of concept is already there. Let's make sure we dial into the other streams of where we're at already without making too many more movements. What I mean by that is, instead of me going full fledged into my business in October, when we start installing Christmas light displays, it's going to be more so in September, late September, first week of October. We're going to be hitting the ground running with some other things. But yeah, man, I just wanted to share some of the customer service experience. I have so many customer service experiences that are great. And like, I even asked some of the clients who I've recently closed. I recently closed a side job, small side job. It was roughly around, I think I closed it at 4,500, $4,500, and it was a small job, backyard lawn renovation. And the person, when they chose me, because she told me she had 2, 3 quotes already. So for her to choose me, I was like, hey, well, like, why did you choose me? Like, we got to ask the question, why not? What is going to hurt? She already done chose. I was like, what made you? She's like, well, unlike other people, it seemed like you were really obsessed with it. Like, you really know what you were talking about, and you gave me more options. It's like, you just seem more transparent than the average person. She's like, I don't know. It seemed like everybody, that came here, they were brief, they were cool, but they were kind of in and out, and you seem like you took your time a little bit more with the metrics and coming up exactly with what we needed, and understanding our needs, as far as that we have us having pets and things like that. I was like, yeah. It's like, but the funny part about that was, she told me that the other people were recommended Bermuda as well. So it was like, I don't know. I think sometimes being charismatic, likable, in general, I think people gravitate towards people who are highly confident in the thing that they're trying to sell you. Like, if you don't believe it, dog, if you don't believe it, trust me. If you don't believe that this is the best thing for them, they definitely don't believe it. They can smell it. They can smell it from a mile away. If you come in there, you're like, well, I think, man, get out of here. They're going to choose somebody else who's confident. I come in there like, hey, this is what the best thing going. I know, like, I don't even mention other people because I don't even think about competition. I just say, hey, do me a favor and just look up my business anywhere. I ask anybody about me, and then you'll see the experiences that people have. I say, go read the reviews too, because those are real people, real experience. That's nothing I'm telling somebody, oh, please leave me a 5. No, I ain't telling you nothing. Hey, I would appreciate it if you leave me a review. It helps my business grow, but I ain't gonna tell you what to leave. You gotta speak from your experience and tell your honest experience. And I think that's what people can see. That, like, when they see my reviews, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Hey, this person actually obviously got some integrity in what he do. It's hard to find people with character integrity nowadays. Craps. I had somebody come renovate my kitchen, and the guys they were doing a remodel of the kitchen. They were remodeling the floors, and the project manager come in, and he's like, hey man, I know they're about done or whatever, but I'm sorry to tell you, but I'm gonna have to make them come. They're gonna take up all your floors again. It's not right. It was like, it's unlevel. They should have leveled it out. You don't see this issue right now, but within the next few months, you might start to experience it over the next few years. And I don't want to, we don't want to set you up like that. I was like, that right there is integrity. This is a project manager who got subcontractors who are doing the work in my house. He could have easily said, oh, they're walking on it. They don't notice the difference. They're not going to know that it's just failing in this way. He could have left my property, and 6 months down the road, I'm like, dang, this floor is already, starting to triple whatever. But he had integrity in what he do, and he secured my trust by being transparent and calling out something that I didn't notice. So just little stuff like that. Like, I tell people when I go to these properties, And this is a cheat code. I say, hey, whether you hire me or not, don't have nobody else come here and put some freaking centipede in this backyard. They got all these oak trees and magnolia trees. Don't let nobody put no centipede back here. It's in full shade. It's not gonna live. So please, whether you hire me or not, I just want to give you. I don't want you to waste money because I tell you, I'm gonna tell you this. It's gonna look good early on now. It's gonna look good for probably about 6 months, maybe even a year, but it's not gonna die immediately. It's gonna thin out first. Then you're gonna see a bare spot, and next thing you know, within the next 2 years, you're gonna be like, "What happened to that grass that I spent 5 grand, 4 grand to put in my backyard? It seemed like it died." Yeah, because it ain't the right grass. So don't let nobody install that in your backyard. That's just me, and that's whether I get their business or not. So just being honest and transparent with people get you a long ways. It's a good book that I read about this, and I recommend it to all y'all. All y'all need to go read this. If you're a small business owner, whether you're a business owner or not, to me, it's a really good book. It's by a dude named Max Story. It's called Who's Buying You? Who's Buying You? Really good book. It talks about character and integrity when it comes to sales. Not just trying, like, I don't like having sale tactics and gimmick. Like, that ain't my personality. I'm gonna keep it G with you. And if you decide to rock with me, cool. That book, I promise you, anybody who read it, if you're a small business owner, you'll be like, dang, Rob, I don't read many books, but that actually was a really good book. I promise you. I promise you that. It's a good book, man. And it ain't just talking about it ain't talking about like breakdowns of sales and stuff like that. It's not nothing sales gimmick. It's literally talking about um, personality traits and just how to handle people. And it's really, really good book. And it gives storylines and stuff like that, but real cool book. What's going on, MTT Dub? Transparency is key. Yes, sir. A&J, what's happening, man? Got them trophies. I see you. What's happening, Chase? What's going on with your big dog? Robert, I thought I bought 100 rain guys. You put them in the ground and measure how much water the lawn gets with our logo on them. I hand them out after finishing side jobs. Clients are very happy. That's what I'm talking about. That's exceeding the client's expectations. They didn't expect you to do that, but by you doing that, they know, hey, he put these rain gauges out here. Now, when it hits a half an inch or an inch of water today, I don't need to keep watering it until it get 2 and 3 inches. It got enough water for today. Like that right there is exceeding. Hey, MTTW, I need that. How did you brand that? Drop that in the comment section. Those are things that exceeds expectations for clients. You just set a regular bar, but exceed the expectation. I didn't think he was gonna go all the way out like this. Hey, MTT Dub, let me see. Let me show you. Let me show you, man, because I've showed everybody else this. And I don't know, you might have seen it on the channel. I got this sheet right here that I created. This is one I use for my estimating when I measure out the property, but that's a whole different thing. I need to do a breakdown video just to show everybody how I work. But hey, I give everybody one of these right here, right? And it comes a trifold, right? I'm gonna do a breakdown of that because it's a lot of value within that folder. So, for instance, this is Tiff Tough Bermuda. This is the cover letter. This is the first page that they see when they open it up. Tiff Tough Bermuda. The second page, it tells them how to annually care for that type of grass on an annual perspective. And then the next page, it shows them how to care for new sod only, literally. And this is the page that I tell them, hey, this right here is how to care for your lawn annually, but this is the one I want you to focus on over the next month. Just focus on how to care for new sod. Don't worry about any of the weed control, fertilization, the fungus. I got that covered because I do post care after we install it. You don't have to worry about that. 3 months, I'm going to be here every month to visit, to check, to make sure this lawn is establishing, right? So giving them this, though, like I'm boosting my other business. This is my Christmas light business. This is my, of course, the company that they hired. This is my homie who do irrigation, drainage. This is a family friend that does tile and flooring. And this is a guy who does excavation, drainage, and he does large projects. But these are people who I don't stand behind many people. So when I put this sheet out there, I was like, hey, I don't really recommend people, but I understand that you may have other things that you need to do, like maybe carpentry. This is my trusted recommendation sheet. And based off of me already providing an excellent service for them, they more than likely gonna look at that sheet and they're gonna be revisiting that guide. But MTD Dub, man, I gotta get that. I gotta get that on wherever you branded that at. I promise that's how you sell them. That's how you differentiate yourself and stand out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, you about to make me do my homework because I got a lot of side jobs still lined up. I'm still booking by the day. I'm trying to knock out August, all of August. Right now, I'm working on my third week of August, trying to book some jobs. But next week is going to be kind of crazy. Um, and then I think the following week is going to be a little bit wild as well. But August is looking good right now. And then I'm gonna be focused on September. Let me see here. Wow, that's good, big dog. That's real good. That's God's word. What service you looking for? Boom, boom, boom. What service you give? Educate yourself on negotiating too. Covers up that gap. Yourself on negotiating too. Cover that gap. Yes, sir. My price is my price. Yes, sir. I don't negotiate. I don't negotiate. Yes, sir. That is how you differ. Hey, MTT Dub, what you doing in the wintertime, man? What you doing in the wintertime? Because in the wintertime, hey, if you ain't stacked it up in the landscape, hey, it be shaky out here for the wintertime. I know some people do like fall cleanups and stuff like that. Um, I used to do stuff like I don't do any mowing or nothing like that anymore. For the most part, I just do sod installation on project base, and I do weed control fertilization. But primarily, look, I do majority of installs, man. Majority of the jobs that I'm doing when it comes to project base, they're building on to my low ticket reoccurring service as far as weed control fertilization. What's going on, Cash Rinker? Whatever that is. It's time to It's a crafted skill. Yes, sir. It's called a golden star on my job, standing 10 toes down, making progress and doing business like it's supposed to be done. You go, big dog. I hope you got the job. Oh, yeah, man. It's something about when I hit this button sometimes, when I hit that button on that computer, I be like, oh, this is sold. I can feel it. Like my intuition tell me, hey, this job is sold. I was telling my wife that last year. I was like, hey, this person, I know it's crazy for the Christmas light business. This quote is $9,000. This is a decent ticket, but the way she's communicating right after I send it, and she's communicating back, she's gonna close. She's gonna close soon. Less than an hour. Boom, close, paid in full. I was like, whoa. And there's some person who found me off of Instagram. I was like, this is crazy. I said, this is deep. But I exceeded her expectations. She's like, I saw you online. She's like, to be honest, I was on Instagram and I saw you, and I saw you with the lift and the boom lift. You had your body harness on. And my property, to be honest, I get this property done every year. The last year I had a guy come and do it, and the house caught on fire. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, the house caught on fire and he was scared to go up there. So they called out a fire department to come out here and put the fire out. But and I was like, that's very surprising. She hired me after another Christmas light company came out there. They installed the lights and her house caught on fire while they were there. And the dude who do the Christmas lights was scared to even do anything about it. And it's crazy to me. That was crazy. I was like, I'm surprised you even ready to still hire a company, after that experience. But I'm glad you found me. She's like, yeah, I'm so glad I found you. It's like your professionalism, you're punctual, you are here on time. And this is a customer, large ticket. Large ticket. Anything over 5, almost 10K, I consider that large ticket. She paid without a blink of an eye. She wasn't a hassle. So that's when when y'all heard me say in some of my other videos, it's crazy to me. The less somebody paid, the more headache they are. Some of these people, they don't blink an eye. They'll send it and like, it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that they're not like, oh my God, I'm about to pay you 10 grand, man. Are you gonna be here when I pay you? Like, or nothing crazy. Like they literally go off of trust, and it's been awesome relationships. And I make sure I deliver though, because that's a big deal. Big deal. Snow removal, November to March. Okay. Man, that's crazy. Snow removal, man. You gotta have the what the thing called? The plow on the trucks. That's different. I'm in South Carolina, man. I wish we got some snow. We got some this past year, which was weird, but we ain't like set up for doing like so many snow jobs and nothing like that. That was very random and it lasted for about 2 3 weeks. That snow was around. It was hanging out. You coming in here. Once I get them lights up for my brother. I'm in I'm up here in Canada near Toronto. We do snow. Okay. Hey, it's a cat up in Calgary. You know about Calgary? I do a little homework, man. I ain't gonna lie, I geek out a little bit, right? It's a cat out of Calgary, Canada, and he got a lawn care business. He has a franchise. It's called Yard Dogs. You might know him. I forget his name, but I look at people in far places and I study their moves because the dude is thriving. As soon as I seen his concept, I thought it was amazing. He specialized in weed control and fertilization, and he has a dog on his trucks. Every truck has a dog. Pomeranian, golden retriever. It's dogs, literally, like avatars on top of these cars. So people who like dogs, they love it, right? He got a main thing, right? And his packages is a Pomeranian, a golden retriever. You can choose a weed control package, and it has specifics, of course, features within each package. But the guy is killing it in weed control fertilization. He has 4 locations he opened up within the last 2 years. I saw him 3 years ago online, and now he has 4 branches, doing really well. I study people from afar. That dude in Calgary, he's doing really well though. Canada. I look in Australia too, man. You like, why are you looking in Australia? I look in these foreign places because we lawn care, weed control, fertilization, sod installation, all this stuff going around the world, period. So why not study what's in a different market? What are they doing over there different? I've implemented some things that I've seen in other places as well. Is a company out in Australia that I found, and I just was looking at landscape companies, and this company like it handles a problem for customers for one. So when people come to your website or something, they're looking for something and they need to know how much it's going to cost. Well, sometimes as professionals, it's variables like this. If the property is this big or the property this small, it can cost this much or that much, right? Well, this form this guy have on his website in Australia, it's actually a calculator. The calculator, it lets you spend out and say, okay, if you got 5,000, 10,000 square feet, whatever square feet, once you hit that mark, the price, it goes up or down. Do you have a double entry back fence? Do you have fenced in backyard? It's asking all these pre-screening questions. So somebody without even going to the property, the customer already know that they can pay for it right now and get somebody over to the property. Now, given you got to deal with people of integrity, they got to be able to know exactly their square footage of the property and stuff like that. But the fact that he even had that in place shows me that streamlining the process when it comes to scaling is absolutely necessary. The faster you can give somebody an answer or give them a ballpark, I feel like it helps build trust. Because the one thing I hate about when I'm shopping online, like, bro, I hate when I gotta seek out a service and you can't figure out a price. They want to you got to put your email in. Like, I ain't trying to do all that. How much does this cost so I can pay? That's what my customers are thinking. That's what a lot of people are thinking. So the quicker I can that's why I put my prices on my website. I don't hide that stuff because I want people to look at it and say, man, that's too much. I don't want to pay that. I don't want to pay that and move on. You know what I mean? That's my ideal client. Hey, you at least know that it's gonna cost you X amount of dollars, so you don't even fill out your information. That's what I prefer. But yeah, man, I'm just over here chopping, man. I just was excited about the day, at least for a moment, man. It's been amazing. Also, by showing your price, you weed out time wasters who aren't going to pay your prices. That's a fact. That is a fact. I got everybody trying to call me right now because it's been raining, looking for work. No, don't call me now. When I needed you, you was talking about. I was talking about this the other day. When I needed you to be there and perform, and you were there with me, you said, "Am I gonna bring three more people tomorrow?" What? No. Like we in a day and age, man, bro. I pay people $25 an hour. I know that ain't much. It's a new day and age, inflation, but 20 to $25 an hour, I feel is decent money. And my thought process is this: Would I work for me? Would I work for me? And the answer is yes, I would. I would work for me. So when I answer that and I think about that, like, bro, if they were to hire me and I would work for them, yes, I would. And I get you lunch. I make sure I'm not overworking. You get a break, and you making $25 an hour, bro. Like, no, I'm not tripping. I am not tripping. I'm gonna stop babying these people. They lazy. They lazy and they don't deserve the type of money that I'm paying them. So I ain't finna waste it. I'd rather bust my own butt. The other day, y'all seen me out there. I was out there doing those three pallets. I had two people that I was gonna have with me that day. And I was like, you know what? I ain't doing that. I'm tired of having. I get angry when I gotta have somebody who expect top notch, but they're not performing. Y'all don't understand how much that costs a business. And let me just do a breakdown for you, a short little breakdown. Hypothetically, let's say I'm paying these guys $200 a day, right? $200 in just labor, two people. That's $400 a day for just those two people, not including my own labor. If I was paying myself $400, that's $1,200 a day for 2 days. That's $2,400 in just labor. But I'm gonna just say 800 just for the two people, right? Two people to get a job done. If they try to drag a job for 3 days, you mean to tell me I'm about to pay y'all 1,200 for a job that's paying out 5 grand? That's way too much of the profits. Like, let's be real. Unless we doubling up on the work we're doing and we're getting more done, yes, let's make it make sense. But you're biting off of something that's already projected. And I hate that piece. So as soon as I see somebody not performing on day one and they're trying to drag it day two, and like, no, why would I bring more people so you can be lazy and you still want to get paid well? The heck with you. I'd rather bust my butt like I used to do at the beginning, because that's how I got this business started. Unfortunately, we can't depend on other people sometimes. As a business owner, we got to sacrifice, we got to step up, and we got to do what we got to do. We can't continue to pay all of our profits to labor, because there's people that they want to get paid. Oh, everybody feel like $20 a norm, but are you going to do what's required for that? Like, bro, I'm about to pay you all this profit in a week time. Y'all making a grand, 2 grand, bro. That's money coming directly out of profits, you know. Like, what are we talking about? So if you ain't gonna continue to help the business propel, it's not beneficial. It's a one-way street, and I don't like selfish people who don't see the bigger picture. And then people, I've been getting people that they want to work, you know, they want to work and get one job completed, but when it comes to the next job, they like, oh, are we off for the rest of the? No, no. You think my landlord, the people who I pay bills to, finna like say, oh, you didn't go to work, so no, they need their money on time. Light people, they need their money, and profits help a business grow. I can't excel and continue to buy into my business and scale it if I'm wasting all the profits on bad labor. Bad labor is what I'm saying. Not just labor in general, bad labor. There's a difference. Like, it's people that deserve it, and I know people that work hard, and then they become unavailable, they move. Like, I've been getting many people that move away, etc. But bad labor, I got a zero tolerance for it, because I know what I'm gonna do. And if I show up to a property and I'm outworking you, because that's what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna work hard, because of course I'm the business owner, I'm wearing all the hats. But in the same token, I'm doing all the other stuff as long as I'm doing what you're doing and more. Like, you ain't thinking about how this stuff got to get to there, what's come. Like, they don't have to think about that. They're employees, so they're not wearing all the hats, and they still trying to take the back seat and not get jobs done. It's bothersome. It's very bothersome. But lately, my patience has got this short. Me and the wife, we been going over the books, and she was like, "You think you're gonna take 4 guys out to this job next week?" I was like, "Man, put two on, and if they don't act right, it'll be one of them. Know what I'm talking about? Because we're really starting to lower the bar if we just keep expanding and putting more people on that's not performing. Like I'm trying to keep my winners, keep the winners, but the people who are not performing, they gotta go. Right now, I got two winners, people who I know that's gonna show up, they're gonna do what needs to be done, etc. But I need more people because the type of work that we're doing, it requires more people. I don't want to put like people like independently out there too much, but I got some guys that they get it done without me. I can leave the project and they can get the whole project done without me. That's the type of people I need to continue to keep me going. But I got to keep my work consistent, and we got to still finish projects on deadlines. Even though they really good, sometimes I guess I can be a little bit off on my projection of the project time. Well, I ain't gonna say I'm off. Like, so what's been happening recently? We catch weather. I got my two soldiers that get to it and we'll get the job done. But the weather's just outside of my hand. So if we midday we get into it, we all working hard, and it rains. Hey Rob, you didn't the forecast said 10%, but it's pouring down. Y'all can't continue to work. You have to come back another day type deal. And that when in those situations, like, well, it's Mother Nature. I didn't plan for it to happen, but unfortunately, we is gonna have to drag it out to another day. But running to bum people, man, bro, my patience don't got so short, dog. I'd be like, no, this is not happening. You're more than fair. People expect the most doing the least. Have you ever looked into those permanent Christmas lights? So yeah, I'm me and my buddy actually in the process of doing the training for Christmas lights. I'm taking a little bit of a different approach with the permanent solutions. Um, my thing is light shows. I got some high end clients, and they've been inquiring about this. They spend over 10K a year on just Christmas lights, and this year I'm gonna make it actually a light show. So yeah, I've definitely been dialing into that and learning the pixels. I'm using the X lights. I'm going to take a different approach because I feel like the average, like when I think about my competitors in my local area, right? Anybody who getting into this holiday lighting business and stuff like that, everybody thinking, oh, I can make this fast money. I can do traditional lighting, etc. Right? But I'm thinking long term, far as the people who are selling permanent lights against temporary lighting, they're losing a customer. Basically, they're selling it and then they're done. They don't really have nothing reoccurring for the most part. My approach is light shows, and it's not going to be a permanent solution, but it'll be literally what people strive to, what they're trying to get to when they're seeking out for permanent lighting. Because it's some people that seek out for permanent lighting that they want music that syncs with their lights and stuff like that. You can use Govee and crap like that, which is something we don't do, but because it's just not they don't provide the quality, professional quality that some of the professional permanent lighting does. But doing light shows actually with every pixel, being able to activate it and make it do specific, like talking, words, whatever, something that requires a skill set, that's what I'm interested in because the barrier to entry is not low. Like everybody's not gonna be like, oh, I can do that. No, they're not, because they're not willing to learn how to distribute certain type of power, etc., to even get all this stuff done. I already done my homework on knowing what the props. I have somebody, a local vendor, who actually build control modules and power supplies for these light shows. So I'm already plugged in, and I plugged in last year when my customer, they usually spend like 15 grand on Christmas lights, crazy. But they did a light show last year. They had a radio station, etc. And he was like, "Hey Rob, just to let you know, the person over here in IOP, he actually sell these. He actually create them. He'll build it custom, however you want it, and he's really good price." He's like, "I'm gonna give you his contact information." So I got customers that look out for me, who I mentioned permanent lights to, because I was like, "Hey man, y'all been with me for 3-4 years. What y'all think about permanent light?" It's like, "Yeah, we can be considering it, but we like the traditional style, but we might go with permanent lighting at our other house or whatever." But in the same token, they still like, the light shows and being able to control the lights in other ways. It was amazing though. So people like that, good customers, surrounding yourself with good people, being transparent, they giving you a plug to you know, build on something bigger than what you already got going on. What's going on, my beautiful wife? I'm on live. That is amazing. We better see some videos this winter. Man, hey, MTZ Dub, I got some videos on my I got another channel. It's called Christmas Lighting Business. You'll see me. I got a green shirt on. I got bells around my neck, and I got an elf hat on. And I just talk about Christmas lights specific on that channel. I talk about it on here because, hey, tomatoes is business at the end of the day, and I'm learning. One part of my business is helping me with another part. I learned so much during Christmas lights season, and I implemented it within my landscape business. I learned stuff from my landscape business that I'm bringing back to my Christmas light business. So one hand washes the other, man. One hand washes the other. My wife over here mimicking me, y'all. I should put on camera.
No, you shouldn't.
Yes, I should, since you over here showing out. I didn't do nothing. This is what it's about. Great clients. Going to subscribe now. Those shirts are genius marketing. Did you tell me? Check out the shirts. Hey, once you go look at that channel, once I get this thing that I'm building right now together. What? What?
Why is she going too short?
I have no idea. Once I build what I'm working on, I'm gonna post it on that channel. I ain't gonna really share it on this channel because I'm trying to keep the channels relevant to subject matters. This is more so about sod installation, lawn care, entrepreneurship. That channel is gonna be specifically only about just the Christmas lighting business. Hence the name of the channel. I went and bought the domain and everything. I'm pretty sure everybody's probably trying to buy that right now, but I've owned it for like 2 years because as soon as I got into the Christmas light business, I was like, man, I don't know if I ever want to sell any courses or showing somebody how to do some of this stuff. But let me go buy this domain, christmaslightingbusiness.com. And so I own that domain, and I can implement some things here in the near future. But MTT Dub, you got to drop down where you branded those rain, what is it called? Rain gauges. Because I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the ones you put into the grass. I left some to a customer's property, but I just been buying them off of Amazon in bulk. And I'll leave like 10 of them around the lawn. I say, hey, once this fills up, to an inch, you're good. Because I tell them over the next 3 weeks after we install this grass, it's the most crucial time to make sure this lawn is properly irrigated. And no, it's the summertime. It is very hot. You need to water this lawn. This is something I can't do because I'm not here. So make sure you set the timer, set all that stuff to water properly. But let me know where you branded those at, because I that is definitely something I would love to do. Love to do. Little stuff like that. We gotta chop it up, MTT Dub. You seem like you got some insight, man, on exceeding clients' expectations. I like it. Thinking outside of the box. The little the little things that matter. You said you got them locally. Look them up. Custom logo, rain gauge. You'll find a ton of sellers. Okay, I'm gonna check it out, man, because that right there is separate myself from the market for sure. For sure. But I'm gonna get to it, y'all, man. I just wanted to chop it up with y'all and tell y'all, make sure you and check out that book if y'all haven't. It's called Who's Buying You? And it's by a dude named Mac Story. Really good book. I promise you, you read it, you wouldn't regret. You'd be like, man, I needed this. The book that I'm reading right now is by a guy I like a lot. His name is Marcus Sheridan. He owned a pool company out in Virginia. He had the #1 website in the U.S. period when it came to pools, because he answered every question prospects had about the pool. This was years and years ago, 2017, but sold his company or whatever. Now, his book that he have now is about AI, and he's actually talking current. He's not talking like, when ChatGPT just came out. He's talking current. And I love when people are speaking in the time of now, because if you listen, you implement, you kind of can have a leg up on people who are not thinking about stuff in this space. But his name is Marcus Sheridan, and the book is called Endless Customers. So that's about providing a customer experience that people will always want to continue to buy from you years and years, and more, basically. They always want to buy from you. Really good book, but it's about automations, communication, and it's telling you how to set it up. We share the same knowledge, Rob. Yeah, hey man, that's what I'm talking about. Same, but different. For sure, for sure. But I'm gonna get up off here, y'all, man. The wife just got home. I gotta love on her and all that good stuff. I'll holler at y'all later.